Welcome to the Power of Biz YouTube channel. My name is Tim Delaney, and over the past 11 years, I've purchased businesses and real estate to build my financial independence. My journey began with buying my first business with just 10% down, and through hard work and strategic decisions, I've been able to create the life that I want. I started this channel to share my story and experiences with the hope that I can help you do the same. Whether you're looking to break free from the 9-to-5 grind, build long-term wealth, or take control of your financial future, you're in the right place. Join me as we explore the ins and outs of buying businesses, the challenges and rewards, and the practical steps you can take to create the life you desire. Together, we'll navigate this exciting journey to financial freedom. Why would somebody sell their business? That is a question that I hear quite often when I'm talking to people about buying businesses. Something that often goes through people's minds, and honestly, it went through my mind way back when, before I really dove in deep and decided to buy a business, was what am I going to be buying? Who would sell their business? If they're selling it, does that mean it's no good anymore? Like, honestly, all those thoughts went through my mind, and I know they go through other people's minds of, that if they're selling it, it must not be making them money anymore. That's not always true. There are a lot of reasons that an owner decides that it's time to hang up the boots and retire and sell their business. Unfortunately, there are a lot of business owners out there that do literally just retire. They walk out of the store one day and lock the door and call it quits. Unfortunately, leaving a lot of equity and a lot of value on what may have been a profitable business, or may have been able to turn around if it wasn't super profitable. So people reach a point in their careers, whether they're 25, 35, 85, where they decide that they've had enough. They don't want to do what they're doing anymore. And at that point, if they own a business, one of the things that they are probably considering is how to sell their business, how to get it off their hands. So one of the reasons is just, they've reached the end of their life cycle with that business. This is an entrepreneur or business owner. They may have inherited it. They may have started it. They may have bought it from somebody else, but their time has come. They don't have the passion. They don't have the interest. Maybe they've hit a couple bumps in the road with employees or with profitability, and they just decide it's time to go. So they put it on the market and try to sell it. Those are the types of businesses you can identify by finding out how long somebody's owned it. After a certain point in time, they may, they're getting sick of it. Either they're stuck in it too much, or they're not there enough and they know it's suffering because they're not putting the time and energy into it anymore because they've lost their passion for it. So going around networking, finding business owners that have owned a business for a long time is one of those key indicators of somebody that might be interested in selling a business. So that's one reason that somebody might be selling their business. Another reason is health issues. They may still have a huge passion for it. They may still love everything about it, but something has come up in their life where they have a health issue. They can't attend to it the way that they used to. These are often situations where they don't necessarily have the systems and processes in place yet. And because of that health issue, the business is suffering because they never bothered to train anybody else or to set up, what ifs. If I'm not there every day anymore, what's going to happen? And that's one of those types of businesses that I like to look at and that I recommend people buy, not to prey on somebody's situation, but because they don't have the systems and processes, whether or not they have a health issue or whether they're just looking to retire. When the business doesn't have those systems and processes, you can make it more valuable by implementing those types of things. So somebody that has a health issue and has has that independent business is another reason that they might want to sell. It's usually not a catastrophic, type of thing, but somebody that comes down with a certain type of long-term disease, chronic illness that they know they're going to be impacted over the next couple of years, and they'd rather sell it while they're still healthy and cognitive to make good decisions. So health reasons is another reason that people will look into selling their business. Another, downside for the business owner type of event is divorce. Sometimes in divorce situations, depending on the amicability of the separating people, all of their value might be tied up in that business, and they might not be able to come to terms with sharing the business, or with one person getting it and the other person not getting anything. So sometimes during a divorce proceeding, they're forced to sell, or they choose to sell to make the divorce easier. So that is another big area that you can look for in finding a business, or just another reason that people might be selling, if you're just curious of why people sell. Another reason is maybe they found something bigger and better to take a step into. For some business owners, they start with a certain business and their interests lead them somewhere else. They see an opportunity to start or buy a different business and realize that they can use the equity in their existing business to step into that bigger and better thing. These are also great opportunities for a person looking to buy a business, because chances are, if that person is looking for something even bigger, they've already had some success in their existing business. Another reason that somebody might be selling their business is relocation. I'm here in Buffalo, New York. Our winters are admittedly not very fun, and there are a lot of business owners that I talk to that have winter homes already down in Florida, Carolina, somewhere else, and a lot of them can't wait to spend even more time in those states, somewhere warmer for more of the year. They get sick of the weather. There are other reasons that people want to relocate, but around here, that's one of the big ones. So look for those business owners that complain about your local environment for whatever reason, whether it's the taxes, the politics, the weather. People want to sell their business when they're ready to relocate. It's just the business is not that important to them, and they don't want to run it remotely, or don't feel like they can run it remotely. So they're looking to sell before they move. The last reason that that people tend to sell their business, I touched on divorce earlier, but also partner issues with business partners. So sometimes, 2 or 3, 4, whatever, however many people are running a business together as partners, and things may go smoothly for a while, or they may not. It might be rocky right out of the gates, but eventually they might hit a point, no matter how successful the business is, that the partners just can't agree on things and they decide to sell. A lot of times in those situations, 1 or 2 partners will buy out the other partners, but occasionally they can't, or they don't want to, or they're all just sick of it and it's left a bad taste in their mouth because of those issues, and they decide to just sell to another party and have a clean break from that. If you're buying those situations, even more important that you get a non-compete letter as part of that sales agreement, so they don't turn around and open a new business of the same sort, or one of the partners doesn't do that right in your neighborhood to and pull back all of their customers. So those are a few of the reasons that somebody might consider selling their business. Just because I get asked that a lot. Just because they're selling does not mean things that are bad, doesn't mean things aren't successful. It can mean that. That is, I guess, another reason. They might just be falling apart. They might not be making money. It doesn't necessarily mean it's not a good opportunity. If you have a plan, a solid turnaround idea, and you can get it at a good enough price or value, or just pay on the upside only, it still could be an opportunity. So bad financial performance is not the only reason that somebody might sell their business. We have divorce, we have health issues, we have partner issues, and we just have basic retirement. That's, like I said right from the get-go. Some people just don't want to work anymore and don't have the systems, don't want to try to run it remotely, don't have kids that are interested, and they're just ready to let go. So that's it. Don't think negatively about people that, about the idea of businesses for sale. Doesn't always mean that things are bad. And oftentimes there's just unknown circumstances that are driving that owner to sell their business. Really hope this helps you come to terms with that and get you interested in the idea. If you have any comments, I'd love to hear them. leave them below. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and share this video and channel with your friends. Really like your help in growing it. Appreciate you. Cheers.